Welcome. Don't adjust your dial. Lofi Poli Sci coming at you. Throwback to season 2 right there. And Michael Pickering right here talking about our famous question, what's going on in the world today. And big news out in India as the Supreme Court, the highest court in the country, is hearing a case. Arguments on whether or not same-sex marriage should be legal in the country. And this is monumental in a country that's touted as the largest democracy by population in the world. But they have most certainly slid kind of backwards in these past couple years. But this could be a big move for India. Eyes open out there, people. Lots going down in India. And quick update to Sudan. So quick I didn't even put it in the title. But sadly, fighting is still going on in the country. And we're still waiting to see what exactly is taking place. We have a lot of theories out there, but there's still so much fogginess on the ground. Stay tuned and ears open. And you let us know if you hear something first. Now, out in Antarctica, and I mean, how often do we actually get to say that, right? Aside from talking about penguins, that is. Which we most certainly do not ever get to do, or at least not enough. So I'm going to take a second right here, right now, and what a beautiful creature. What a beautiful bird. And I mean, out of all the flightless birds, is there a better one, a cooler one? Nay, not even more important one at all. Not, the penguin is where it's at. You got ostriches and turkeys and peacocks, and ain't none of them got anything on the penguin. But that's not to say that I don't like a good ostrich every now and again. I most certainly do. And turkeys? Please, you already know. But, a penguin? I gotta say, I would never eat a penguin, all right? People eat turkey. No, never eat a penguin. Let's actually start this, make sure it never happens. Hashtag save the penguins from the pantry. Help the effort. People say no to eating penguins. So China is constructing what appears to be, but China doesn't call me anymore. Tell me what's going on in the Antarctic. And P.S. China never called me, by the way, but it appears a scientific station is going up out in the Antarctic, so Chinese can do cool snow stuff, maybe play with them penguins. Who knows? Now, out in Switzerland, they auctioned off a skeleton of a T-Rex for over $5 million. A T-Rex for $5 million. And not even all of the bones were real. So many questions. Where to begin? Firstly, damn, some people got too much money. $5 million on a dino skeleton? And come on, shouldn't we be putting this in a museum? Be for real, people, be for real. I've never seen a skeleton of a T-Rex. I would like to see one in a museum. But of course, someone bought it. And of course, it's an undisclosed buyer because ain't nobody wanted to be going out on Twitter that they spent $5.5 million on a T-Rex. That ain't even all real. But really, maybe ain't nobody want to be on Twitter anymore, right? Twitter took away the New York Times blue verification check mark. Like the New York Times. And why? Because they said, hell no, we ain't paying $8 a month for something we already had. The blue tick is about verification of a certain industry status for the paper. It's not, in their argument, a verification that they have the income to pay to play. Because that's what it's turning into, right? If you have enough money to pay, then you can play in the blue. If not, you can't. And I checked Twitter to make sure, and sure enough, they don't have the blue tick mark anymore. Like it was taken off of the New York Times Twitter. And to make sure I wasn't seeing things wrong, I looked up Facebook's Twitter page, which I've never done before, and I probably will never do again. But I looked up Facebook's Twitter page, and but they don't have a blue tick mark. They have a golden tick mark showing they're affiliated with Meta. And I was like, good gracious. And Instagram's been getting on the blue tick mark thing as well. And they've been getting that Lofi Poli Sci to blew up. And yes, if you didn't know, now you know. Lofi Poli Sci does post things on our Lofi Poli Sci Insta, so check us out. But Insta been pushing hard on us, saying, hey, Lofi Poli Sci, for only $14.99 a month, you can be verified. And I was like, $14.99 a month? I think not. Twitter and tick marks, verification, money, craziness. And Public Radio Sweden Well, they think so too. They're leaving Twitter completely. But they are nice about it and saying, look, it's not for any other reason, but it appears the Swedish audience isn't on Twitter that much really anymore. So it just doesn't make sense for them to have a presence on the platform. Very diplomatic of you, Sweden Public Radio. Very diplomatic. A little less diplomatic of this other Swedish company, though, and they're the alcohol company known as Absolut Vodka, selling their vodka to Russia after they previously halted sales to protest the war in Ukraine, which Sweden is trying to currently join NATO because they're afraid Russia will invade them next. But wouldn't you know, under the table, without anyone knowing, Absolut Vodka started selling vodka again to Russia? And people found out, and they started calling them out, using online platforms, talk about it. Bars and restaurants in Sweden boycotted the selling of Absolut Vodka. And wouldn't you know, Absolut Vodka turned around and said, all right, we shall halt sales to Russia again. Sheesh, people be messy out here. It's almost like a Monday. And that's it. We're out for the week, but not really. Check us out tomorrow on Lofi Poli Sci's blog. And then give Friday's Lo-Fi Global Press article a read, all on lofipolisci.com. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Talk to you soon, Lo-Fi listeners. Pickering, signing off.